Ray.
I know.
Hello, Anne.
Hello, Anne. Morning. Darling, if your meeting with Mrs. Greystone doesn't take too long, why don't you have me paged afterwards, and then maybe we'll have a cup of coffee, okay?
Fine. There's only one item on the agenda. It could take a while, though. It's setting up a new research program with Mrs. Cassidyne's donation. I'll check with you in
Oh,
occasion.
all right,
Morning,
great.
Gail. How you doing? Another day and another dollar?
Oh, Brian, haven't you heard? I got a raise. Another $1.30.
Oh, my goodness. You're a rich lady.
I know. After you, my friend. Come
you
on,
lead
let's
the
get
way.
started.
Hello, Anne. Is Jessie around? I need to give her these submission files. Can't you see she's not here? Pardon me, Anne. I was just wondering, can I leave them, or will that get you in even more of a snit? Frankly, I don't care what you do with them, Heather. Nothing like starting the day off with a song.
Sarah?
Oh, I thought you'd never get here.
What's the matter? Something wrong?
Something wrong. Bradshaw has changed his mind. That's what's wrong. What am I going to do?
Wait. What are you talking about? What's Bradshaw done?
He's going ahead with the hearing, Noah.
Are you
He's going to press charges against
Are you
me.
sure?
Of course I'm sure. What's made him change his mind?
Terrific. Well, to what do I owe this happy state of mind this morning? Somebody siphoned the gas out of your tank again?
Where the hell do you think Bunny Buns or anybody else is around here? Why is this place cleaned up? Look at it. It's a mess.
I see. Well, to start with, Bunny Buns doesn't get here with the cleaning crew until about 10 o'clock. Now, why all the doom and gloom?
I don't know, Robert. I can't get over thinking about last night.
Yeah, me too. But some of the pieces are starting to fall together. Now, look, we know that Gray is planning a heist. Of what we don't know. But all we have to do is strengthen our security and just wait to nail him.
I know, but amazingly enough, Gray is not on my mind today. I've got a headache, and it's Jackie.
Why in particular today?
You heard her last night. She said she was taking Laura to New York.
Correction, she only threatened to.
Look, Robert, we need Laura. We need her very badly to nail Gray. And not only that, we need Gray to help her because he put the hypnotic thing on her. He's the only one that can release her.
Okay, granted. But you're worrying about nothing, mate. Look, when she was only blowing off a bit of steam when she threatened to take Laura back to New York. Believe me, neither of them will leave Port Charles.
I'm sorry, did the noise wake you up? What are you doing? I'm packing.
Packing? What for?
I told you we're gonna go to New York.
No, Jackie. No, we can't.
We can, and we will. We're gonna leave today.
No! I cannot leave Port Charles, please.
Laura, listen, calm down. I've got to get you out of here.
But why?
Because you are in danger, for one thing. I mean, thank the Lord that nothing's happened to you yet. I mean, if it were up to Luke, I mean, it would be just a matter of time. I mean, you could have been kidnapped or killed. Don't you know that?
No, I don't know that, and neither do you, and nothing is going to happen. No one has tried to harm me.
Listen. I want you to just stop and think, okay? Obviously, David Gray has done something to you, hypnotized you probably. But the fact is, you have a mental block. And it's obvious if he is capable of doing that, he's capable of doing something much worse to you.
No, he wouldn't.
He will, I tell you. And if that isn't reason enough, there's another.
What?
Just what I just told you. You have a mental block. Now, we've got to go to New York and find a doctor who can undo the damage that David Gray's already done.
No, I cannot leave Port Charles.
Laura, you keep saying that, and you won't tell me why. Don't you want to get your full memory back?
Of course I do, but I just can't leave.
For the last time, sis, why not?
I don't know why not, Jackie. Don't ask me to explain. I just know that I have to stay right here.
What you're saying is that you're not capable of making a decision. So I'm going to have to do it for you. And believe me, it is for your own good.
I cannot leave Port Charles.
Nevertheless, we are going to leave today as soon as we can.
And then suddenly, right there in the middle of Steve's office, Bradshaw announced a complete turnaround. He demanded that they go on with the hearing.
What did Steve say?
He was shocked. Of course, everybody was. Jessie, where are you? Oh, good morning. Can I take a break? Will you take over?
Of course, go ahead.
Thank you.
Noah.
I just, I don't understand why he's doing this. I mean, I've been in the clinic. I haven't even heard anything.
I don't know. I guess he didn't tell anybody in advance.
What did Joe say?
Joe thinks Bradshaw's scared. He realizes he's facing my civil suit, so he decided to take the offensive.
Well, that's right. He's certainly scared. He's right about that. I've seen him. There he is now. I'm going to go and talk to him. Wait here. Okay? Arthur, can I see you for a minute, please?
Oh, hi, Noah.
Hi.
Yeah, sure, I have time. What is it?
Could we talk over here, please?
Yeah.
Listen, Anne told me that you're going to go ahead with the hearing.
Yes, I am.
Why?
Why would any doctor press charges against a nurse because she's incompetent and unfit to serve in this hospital or any other hospital? Now, is that reason enough?
But if you insist on going on with this hearing and get me fired, Dr. Bradshaw, you must be aware of all that you can lose. So why would you want to continue with the hearing? Why?
Excuse me, I don't have any time.
Oh, Noah.
What, Jessie?
Dr. Hardy just called. He'd like to see you in his office right away.
Thanks.
Look, will you stop worrying? Jackie would never leave us at this point or take Laura with her. I mean, she's part of the team. You know that.
She was part of the team. As soon as she realized that we were right, that Gray has control over Laura, she starts playing her own game.
Look, neither of them is going anywhere. The most important thing for us to worry about is what Gray is going to heist and how in the hell we're going to nail him doing it.
All right, well, I think we've made a lot of progress in having the exhibition moved to the other hall, because at least with it in the other hall, it's not going to be right across a parking lot from his antique store.
Agreed. But why all the measurements and photography?
You got me, huh?
Help me, please.
What's the matter, baby?
Jackie's going to make me go to New York. Please don't let her make me go.
No.
I want to go, please.
Don't worry about it. You're not going to have to go anywhere. She's not going anywhere, is she?
Listen, maybe you misunderstood, sweetie. Are you sure she said...
No, she's making me go. She's making me go. Please tell her I can't.
Come on, man. Just relax. Nobody's going to make you go anywhere.
That is enough.
What are you up to, Jackie?
Laura and I are leaving, and I would appreciate it if neither one of you would interfere.
No, I'm going to save your time and mine by coming straight to the point. I just got a call from Joe Kelly, and he tells me that Anne Logan is going ahead with her civil lawsuit against Arthur Bradshaw.
She has no choice. She's going ahead with the hearing.
Did you know that he was going to do an about-face?
No, I found out about it this morning.
Well, I'm sure you understand my concern, Noah. A hearing is not desirable under any circumstances, but at least it's not done out in the open, in public. However, if Anne brings suit against Arthur in open court, it could shed a very bad light on this hospital. What with the newspapers, probably TV coverage, they'll have a field day, and that's something I have to stop. That's why I need you to ask Arthur why he wants to have this formal hearing.
Steve, Arthur has made it pretty obvious that he no longer wants to confide in me or that he trusts me. That was obvious to me by the way he avoided my questions earlier.
I see. Then I guess there's no point in suggesting that you have a talk with him, is there?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I'll just have to take a different approach. Now, Lee Baldwin's in the hospital today meeting with Mrs. Greystone on the Cassadine grant.
I heard.
And since he's legal counsel for the hospital, I suppose he has every right to have a talk with Arthur?
I think someone should.
Yes, well, excuse me. Who knows? Maybe he can persuade Arthur to drop the whole darn thing. I'd like to talk to Lee Baldwin, please. He's with Mrs. Greystone. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Nobody does.
One way or the other, Arthur has to be stopped.
Gail, I thought you knew that when Noah Drake was in college, he was captain of the boxing team.
Really? No, I don't think Noah ever mentioned that to me.
Well, that's part of his secret past, and he's helping down at the sports center, which is really a break since Packy's disappearance.
Oh, yeah, Leslie told me that was pretty hard on everybody when Packy was shot at the clinic.
Oh, hold on. Gail, it's Steve. He'd like to talk to you.
Oh, sure.
I'll see you in the office.
Yeah, sure. Yes, Steve?
Gail, I've been trying to find Lee. He was in the boardroom with Mrs. Greystone, but apparently he just left.
Oh, well, your timing is just perfect. He's just come off the elevator. Hang on. Darling, it's Steve. He wants to talk to you.
Oh. Yes, Steve.
Lee, I'm glad I caught you. Could you come up to my office right away?
Well, of course I can, but you sound disturbed. What's the matter?
Well, I've got a problem, and unless you help me solve it, it could blow this hospital apart.
Well, at last we finally know where you really stand. You are on our side. You're ready to play the game as long as you make up the rules. Is that it?
I've got to help her. Can't you get that through your head? I've got to get her out of here before you put her in any more danger.
We are not going to put her in danger. We are going to protect her. Not only that, we need her. She is our one true link to David Gray.
Which is another reason why I have to get her out of here. Because no matter what he's done to her, doctors in New York can help undo the damage. She's got to start living a normal life. Now, come on, we've got to catch a flight.
I can't leave, Jackie.
And you don't have to. Laura, you have your own free will. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to go if you don't want to go.
She does not have a free will. She's under some kind of mental block. You proved that to me last night.
And David Gray is the only person who can break that block.
So can doctors in New York. Now, Laura, you and I will go back to the hotel. You can get dressed. And we'll have just enough time to catch our flight.
No, Jackie.
Please, Laura.
Don't you understand? I have to stay here.
Easy. All right, listen, I have a suggestion. Why don't we take Laura back to Dr. Katz?
Because we have tried that, and he admits himself there's nothing he can do.
Well, there's nothing you can do because you are not going to take her to New York.
Are you going to try and stop me?
Listen, and there's a reasonable solution for this if we'd all just start to be a little bit reasonable.
Robert, I have thought this through, and I've made up my mind. And Laura and I are going to leave.
Well, all right. If that's the way you feel about it. But you're not going to do it if she doesn't want to go, you see.
Okay, now listen. Let's stop verbally bludgeoning one another here. All right? Now, I'll find a way if I have to, so excuse me.
Laura, come on. We're leaving. Unless you intend to stop us.
No, I'm not going to stop you, but there is one thing that I can do.
What's that?
If you're going to get on a plane to New York, you better get ready to have an extra seat seated right next to you, because I'll be in it.
I don't care what you do, but Laura and I are going.
Come in.
Yes,
Lee.
Steve.
Thanks for coming up.
Sure.
Look, I have Arthur Bradshaw coming up, too, and I'd like you to talk to him alone.
Alone? Fine.
Oh, well, sit down, won't you?
What about, Steve? What's the problem?
Well, the main problem is that if Arthur insists on going on with the hearing, he's going to file charges against Anne Logan. Specifically, the failure to administer a drug that was ordered prior to surgery. And I hardly need mention that since in this case the patient died, the accusation is quite serious.
That cause for dismissal?
Or more. Anne's license to practice nursing could be permanently revoked.
Well, turning now to Anne's suit in civil court, did Joe tell you anything about it?
Well, Joe's going to file a whole list of damages, defamation of character, loss of income in the future, exemplary and punitive damages, the whole ball of wax. But, Lee, I don't want the hospital's problems aired in court.
Well, I'll do what I can.
Good. Come in. Oh, Arthur, Thank you for coming. I'm sure you know Lee Baldwin.
Yes,
Yes, of course. Hello.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I'll try not to be too long.
Sure. Arthur, I won't try to deceive you. Steve has left us alone deliberately, so I could try to explain something to you in my role as attorney for this hospital.
I assumed as much.
Well, sit down, please.
Okay.
Arthur, the reputation of a hospital is sacrosanct, wouldn't you say?
Yes. And so is the doctor's.
Well, I grant you. And the nurses. But putting all that aside for a moment, nobody likes to wash their dirty laundry in public. Now, knowing that Anne's lawsuit is going to be detrimental to just about everybody involved here, you still insist on bringing her up for hearing?
I have to. I mean, it's a matter of my word against the nurse who has a vendetta against me.
Well, if it comes to open court, now, do you have an attorney?
Yes, I do. Judson Briggs in Manhattan.
Oh, yes, I've met him once, or twice, matter of fact. Well, the point is, he has a fine reputation.
Yes, he does.
May I offer a suggestion?
Of course.
If you do consult with Mr. Briggs, be totally honest with him.
Are you suggesting that I wouldn't be?
No, I am suggesting that this kind of business can become very sticky if it's fought in public. And it's been my experience that in cases like this, no one is ever a winner. There's just tarnished reputations on both sides.
I have no choice, Lee.
All right. Just be open with your attorney and see if he doesn't agree with what I've said. That's all I ask.
I won't hold anything back.
Fine. I thank you for letting me speak my piece.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Mr. Briggs, please. Dr. Arthur Bradshaw. I'm calling from Port Charles. Judson?
Arthur, I was just leaving. How are you?
Oh, I'm all right, Judson, but I need to talk to you. Now, when could I fly down to Manhattan?
I was just actually leaving to catch a flight to Albany. As I recall, New Amsterdam Airways also serves Port Charles.
Yes, it does.
Why don't I arrange a stopover then? We could meet at the Port Charles airport and talk there.
Oh, yeah, I'd appreciate that, Judson.
Then it's set. I'll call you from LaGuardia when I find out what flight I'm on, and I'll see you in Port Charles.
Thank you, Judson. I'll be waiting.
New Amsterdam Airways. Yes, when is your next flight to New York, please? All right, I'd like to book a reservation on that flight. Luke Spencer. Right.
Thanks for seeing me on such short notice, Si.
Oh, it's no problem. You said it was an emergency.
Perhaps. Now, I've pieced together some of the parts of information myself. I'm not quite sure what I've got here. Decided I'd check with you in view of the fact that you've already spoken to Laura Templeton twice.
Listen, I'll be happy to help you any way I can, Now, just tell me what's the problem.
We've already ascertained she's under some kind of post-hypnotic suggestion, right?
David Gray, right?
Right. Keeping Gray in mind, Luke and I decided to set a trap to prove that very point.
And did you?
Oh, yeah. We fed Laura some information that only a couple of us had, understanding that she would go straight to Gray and blab it to him.
And that's what she did, is that it?
Yeah, but she came onto the boat this morning and announced that Jackie Templeton was going to take her back to New York today.
Why would Jackie want to do that?
She's under the impression that Laura's in some sort of danger here. Anyway, that's not the important part. The thing is that Laura's reaction to that information was she just went right off the wall.
She refused to go, didn't she?
She did more than that. I mean, the whole thing literally panicked her. what got me thinking was the word she used. I must stay here in Port Charles. Now, look, I'm no psychiatrist. But, you know, that conveys to me the idea that she's acting under some kind of orders.
No, I couldn't agree with you more. See, it's been my hunch that if this David Gray really did program her, then only David Gray can, well, unlock the spell, so to speak. And if she says she must stay here on the Haunted Star, well, that just confirms it.
Yeah, but, thank you. What happens if Jackie forces her to go?
Oh, she won't be able to do that.
I said forces her.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. But you see, Laura will be physically unable to leave. She has been programmed in such depth that she will resist in any way she can, and she will go into exactly what you described, a real panic.
Jackie Templeton can be rather forceful when she needs to be. I mean, she is committed to the idea that her sister's in danger here and must get her on that plane.
And I'm telling you, she won't be able to do it. Now, what concerns me most is if she tries to use force to get Laura on that plane, then, well, Laura could suffer some serious damage.
Sort of damage?
Both physical and mental. This could be a highly traumatic, very painful experience for her.
We can't let that happen.
For Laura's sake, I hope not.
Luke and I have got to find a way to stop Jackie.
Please listen to me. I can't go. I cannot leave Fort Charles. Jackie! Oh! Why would you listen to me? Why would you listen to me? Why would you listen to me? Stop it!
Laura, Laura, I'm so sorry. Please, please, understand. I just want to help you, and I love you. But you've got to. You need help. And I want to take you to New York and get you away from this place. And find a doctor who can help you, because that's what you need. Please. Please understand. But, baby, lie down, okay? I'm gonna finish packing, okay? I wouldn't hurt you.
General Hospital will continue in a moment.